So at some point in this session of the 26th of January 2021, BBIG stock rose by about 18%, but ultimately closed the session at $3.08, a gain of 2.33%. 80 million shares crossed the tape, which is regarded as below average, because over the last 10 trading sessions it's seen a lot of volumes. The average volume over the last 10 trading sessions has been 111 million shares, so 80 million obviously far less than that 111 million. So you definitely must have heard that the push to Spinoff Cryptyde is real. It's ensuing. As you definitely also know that Cryptyde, which is obviously a wholly owned subsidiary of Vinco Ventures, in Nevada Corporation, entered into a securities purchase agreement with an accredited investor for the issuance and sale of a senior convertible note with an initial principal amount of $33.33 million at a conversion price of $10 per share of Cryptyde's common stock, par value of $0.001, to purchase up to 3.333 million shares of common stock with an initial exercise price of $10 per share of Cryptyde's common stock. So you definitely must have had all of these. So this is obviously from a disclosure disclosed today, the 26th of January 2021. So yes, the push to spin off Cryptyde is on. It's real now. And the obviously, yes, you also know that if you own at least up to 10 shares of BBIG or Vinco Ventures, you get one share of Cryptyde's common stock. You get one share out of that common stock. So that's a dividend. So you must have heard about all of these things. And amongst other things, and including these things I've pointed out, the dividend, and then which will ensure that you're now a shareholder, or you own a holding in Cryptyde, which you probably do not want to miss. All of these things have kept us glued to BBIG stock and Cryptyde. We are all ensuring we're doing our best to ensure that we don't miss out. And yes, the companies, well, they are doing a good job of keeping us focused, and as well as the short interest that stands at 22%, are probably even growing now. All of these things have ensured that we are not keeping this stock away from us. We have been glued to it. On social media, obviously, some are even saying it's now the new AMC and all that stuff. So, there are genuine reasons why everybody, or a lot of market participants, are keen on this stock. The fundamentals, no motif and all that stuff. So, and including the short interest. All of these things are genuine reasons why anybody should look into what's going on, or at least get some holding, or get a position in BBIG stock. So yes, they've caught our attention, and we're there. So in this session, at some point, the price rose above the 50-day moving average on below average volume. So this is what happened today. So at some point when the market opened, it was quite high, as I indicated earlier on. It gained about 18% right at the open, but after that it continued to decline, and at some point it was in the red, as a matter of fact, but ultimately closed up above its previous closing price. So ultimately ended up with a gain of about 2%. So all in all, we can see that the readout here is saying that, or before we get into that readout, you can see that the stock has since pulled back from this high of $5.13 that it achieved on the 19th of this was achieved on the 19th of February of January this month. So it has pulled back from that high, and is now, that was the 19th, yes, 18th as a matter of fact, sorry, 18th of January, and is now trading at just slightly above its, what would that be? It's 38.2% Fibonacci support level okay, which is at $3.08. So that support level is at 2.94. So it has broken through quite a number of supports there. The support of 3.78, 3.36, and just as a matter of fact, it actually broke below this 2.94 support. So, but the fact that it closed above the previous high maybe can be construed as a positive, So, but the volume was not as much as it was previously. So all in all, we can see from this readout that the stock appears to be improving within a longer term upwards trend, although it's presently below its 200-day moving average. That moving average is rising due to prior gains in BBIG shares. Additionally, the MACD histogram, which is used to measure the near-term trend, is above zero. Comparative relative strength analysis shows that BBIG is outperforming the S&P 500. Okay, momentum is for BBIG stock as measured by 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is waning. Yes, okay, definitely waning. If anything, by the volume. And let's look at this volume. Let's look at this wane. Okay, you can see that this 14-period slow stochastic oscillator, it is definitely waning. Yes, not as strong as it was before. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions but at lower prices. So they're still purchasing, but not as aggressive as before. Okay, so today's volume was lighter than usual, was heavier than usual, but it is relative to the relative to the average volume of the last 12 months. So it was heavier than usual, but relative to the last 10 trading days, it's below average. So the unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So buyers are definitely more active than sellers, but they are also not as aggressive as they were before. So the company is doing their best to keep our attention, and our attention is there, and they are taking advantage of that. They are going ahead to raise funds for Cryptyde and other stuff. So yes, they're doing a good job of getting all of these things in place, getting our attention. Yeah, they've all got us all glued up. So just be really careful with BBIG stock. No matter how positive you think about it, you still have to be really careful as well. Small market cap, it can always be manipulated. Small market cap 292.89 million. Okay, just be really careful. We own a position there as well, and we'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.